The Iraq War was a breeding ground for legends. Out of the chaos and violence, a name emerged, whispered in fear and awe. Juba, an Iraqi sniper of almost mythical status. Juba's legend grew with every reported kill, striking terror into the hearts of US soldiers. His name became synonymous with death from afar, an unseen enemy with deadly precision. But who was Juba? Was he a single individual or a product of propaganda, a phantom embodying Iraqi resistance? The truth, much like the man himself, remains shrouded in mystery. Juba's emergence coincided with the rise of digital media. Videos purportedly showing his handiwork surfaced online. US soldiers falling, picked off with chilling accuracy. These videos, often grainy and unverifiable, nonetheless spread like wildfire, amplifying his legend. Whether real or fabricated, they served their purpose. Juba became the unseen enemy, the embodiment of Iraqi resistance. His name, whispered in hushed tones, was enough to instill fear and uncertainty in even the most hardened soldier. The legend of Juba was more than just tales of marksmanship. It was psychological warfare at its finest. He represented the insurgency's ability to strike at the heart of the US military, not on a grand battlefield, but in the individual soldier's mind. The fear he instilled was a potent weapon, one that the US military struggled to counter. Juba, whether real or imagined, had become a force to be reckoned with. Juba's effectiveness as a sniper stemmed from a potent combination of marksmanship and tactical acumen. He was no ordinary insurgent taking potshots from rooftops. Juba was a ghost, a phantom who understood the science of ballistics and the art of exploiting enemy weaknesses. Reports from US soldiers spoke of a sniper who consistently hit his mark, often targeting the gaps in their body armor, the lower spine, the ribs, the area just above the chest plate. These were not random shots, but the calculated actions of a marksman who understood the vulnerabilities of his enemy. His tactical prowess was equally impressive. Juba knew the streets of Baghdad like the back of his hand. He would disappear into the urban labyrinth after each attack, leaving no trace, no clue for the Americans to follow. His understanding of hit-and-run tactics, coupled with a keen awareness of his surroundings, made him a nightmare for US forces. They were fighting an enemy they couldn't see, an enemy who seemed to vanish into thin air. Juba's understanding of US tactics added another layer to his effectiveness. He knew the routines, the patterns of movement, the vulnerabilities that came with being a foreign force in a hostile land. He exploited these weaknesses with deadly efficiency. Checkpoints, patrols, even soldiers taking a moment's respite all became potential targets. He turned the urban environment into his hunting ground, using the chaos and confusion to his advantage. While Juba's marksmanship was undeniably impressive, it was the psychological impact of his actions that truly made him a legend. He was more than just a sniper, he was a spectre, a whisper of death that followed US soldiers on every patrol, at every checkpoint. The fear he instilled was palpable, a constant reminder of their vulnerability in a hostile land. The unseen enemy, the one who could strike at any moment, was arguably more unnerving than any firefight. US soldiers, trained to face the enemy head-on, found themselves in a new kind of battle. This wasn't a conventional war with clear front lines, but a shadowy conflict where the enemy could be lurking around any corner. The psychological strain was immense. Every shadow, every rooftop, every window could conceal Juba, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. The mental toll of this constant fear cannot be overstated. The propaganda surrounding Juba only amplified this fear. The videos, whether real or staged, served their purpose. They painted a picture of an invincible sniper, a ghost who could pick off US soldiers at will. The legend of Juba grew with each video, each whispered tale. He became a symbol of Iraqi resistance, a phantom striking back at the seemingly invincible US military machine. Juba's operational tactics were a testament to the effectiveness of asymmetric warfare. He understood that he couldn't defeat the US military in a conventional fight, so he didn't try. Instead, he turned their strengths into weaknesses, using their firepower and technology against them. His tactics were a blend of cunning and ruthlessness, designed to exploit the vulnerabilities of a modern army operating in an urban environment. One of Juba's most effective tactics was his ability to blend in. He didn't wear a uniform or carry himself like a soldier. He was a ghost disappearing into the civilian population, only to reappear when it was time to strike. This made him almost impossible to track. He was a needle in a haystack, indistinguishable from the thousands of Iraqi civilians going about their daily lives. Adding to his elusiveness was his use of unconventional firing positions: mosques, schools, even hospitals. Juba showed no hesitation in using these locations to his advantage. He understood the US military's reluctance to target these sites, their fear of causing civilian casualties. He exploited this moral constraint, turning it into his shield. His ability to disappear into the urban landscape, coupled with his willingness to use any means necessary, made him a formidable adversary. As the conflict in Iraq intensified, Juba's actions began to take on a new dimension. No longer just a sniper, he became a symbol of resistance, a figurehead for those opposing the occupation. His videos were circulated widely, turning him into a powerful propaganda tool. For many, Juba was not just a soldier, he was a legend, a ghostly figure striking fear into the hearts of his enemies. His reputation grew, fueled by both fear and admiration. The myth of Juba transcended the battlefield, becoming a potent symbol in the larger narrative of the war. As we delve deeper into the cultural impact of Juba, we see how this enigmatic figure has transcended the battlefield. His presence has been felt in various forms of media, from documentaries to online forums. People are fascinated by the mystery and skill attributed to him, almost elevating Juba to a legendary status. This perception has had a significant influence on both sides of the conflict, shaping narratives and, in some cases, even inspiring others. The line between fact and fiction blurs when it comes to Juba. Various conspiracy theories have emerged, with some suggesting Juba was not a single individual but a group of highly skilled snipers. Others believe that the videos attributed to Juba were propaganda tools designed to instill fear. These theories, while intriguing, only add layers to the already complex story of Juba, making it difficult to separate truth from speculation. Juba's tactics have left a lasting impact on modern warfare. His methods have been studied extensively, influencing military strategies and sniper training programs worldwide. The psychological effect of his actions cannot be underestimated, as the fear and uncertainty he generated had a profound effect on troop morale. Juba's legacy, whether viewed as a hero or a villain, has undeniably altered the landscape of combat. And so, the mystery of Juba endures. Despite numerous attempts to uncover his true identity, Juba remains an enigma. His story is a testament to the complexities of modern warfare and the power of psychological operations. Whether Juba was a single individual or a collective persona, his impact is undeniable. The legend of Juba continues to captivate and confound, ensuring that his name will be remembered for years to come.